morning, Commissioner Surdich.
Good morning, Commissioner Surdich. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Let the record reflect that a quorum is present, and welcome to the Minnesota Sports Facilities Authority Board meeting of October 26th, 2002, and call the meeting to order at 8:01 a.m. Just from a housekeeping standpoint, Commissioners, because of the fact that we have one Commissioner virtually, we'll call a roll for each of those. Great, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Got a moved and second. Any questions or corrections? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Commissioner Burns-Finney. Commissioner Surdich.
Hi.
Commissioner Salesveld.
Aye.
And Commissioner McCarthy. And the chair votes aye. Motion adopted. All right, our next speaker is Alan Roebke. Mr. Roebke, if you would join us at the table. Please, again, for the record, state your name, the organization you represent, and you have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and board members. I'm Alan Roebke of Inform TV, Alexandria, Minnesota. And I'm here again today because I want to make sure we have transparency for all the citizens of Minnesota, especially the pull tab players that are funding the public share of this stadium. And one of the measures of watching this for the last 10 years, I think it's time to have safety as your number one concern with a fence going up. I think that we need to put a bulletproof glass behind that fence area with all the violence. And I think to help the city of Minneapolis recover its image, I think we need to, I would like to see you recommend to the legislature that we drop Minneapolis as an owner. And the state of Minnesota controls and is the public share of ownership of this wonderful facility. And the money that is set aside by legislation that's, I think they're taking out either about 21 million a year, but I think they only need like 10. But that money goes to police in the city of Minneapolis, and so we have a safer environment here for all the guests, whether they're from around the world or whatever. And I'm also requesting that the Stadium Authority, as well as the Gambling Control Board that this past year fiscal year contributed $180 million, which of that there's going to be $143 million for paying for bonds as well as operation and stadium reserve. And I want you to see that the legislature reviews this entire law now. Being it's been in place for the last 10 years, there's a lot of things in it when I look at are very clumsy and not serving the interest and not bringing the true transparency that the citizens of Minnesota and the Twin Cities here want. And I think with pull tabs, I requested before it was looked at in 2012. I want to see that we have an area for the pull tab players, not for the charities because they have their own organization and lobby for their desire, but the pull tab players are just the common citizens of Minnesota, that we have an area in this stadium, whether it's a football game or whatever event, high school sports, or a concert, that these pull tab people can have an opportunity to come to a special spot. And I'll put together some type of arrangement so that can happen, like the legislation had early on, but it just didn't fulfill its mission. And the other thing, I want to see that both the Gambling Control Board and our this board, that we step up the accounting. When I look at accounting, I've been involved in things for many, many years, as you can see. And when it comes to accounting, accounting is the revenue of in accounting, revenue is the total amount of income generated by the sale of goods, services that relate to the primary operation of the business, including interest, royalties, and fees. And I want to make sure that when the new accounting system is put together, or when you relay to the people fiscal 22 for this, and as well as the Gambling Control Board, that there's some things changed to make it simpler for everybody in this great state that want to come to this great facility to understand. And when we have ASM Global and Aramark, that I think when I want this stadium paid off by June, when the bonds come through, we're going to have about 327 million of stadium reserve, and the bonds are only 378. We got this $7 billion surplus that the public share of this facility is paid for no later than June 30th of 2023. Because we have the money, we're all proud of this facility and all the people that are involved in it, but I want to make sure the little guy, the pull tab player, that has put his money on, that it was going for a good service, and they were thinking it was charity, but in life we contribute to a lot of things, and that's my concern today, and I will continue to follow the operation of this great stadium, this facility, as well as the Gambling Control Board, so we can have not only what Lester just said, a world-recognized stadium in the country and in the world, that the public share is already paid for. But it wasn't paid for by wise politicians. It was paid for by the little guy putting his $20 or $100 down to buy pull tabs, and this incredible high tax rate is ready to be paid off. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Board. It was my pleasure to be here again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Roebke.